Hi, my name's Adam. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining us. Today, we're going to cover off 5 tips to create a solid estate plan and what an estate plan is. So stay with us. We're going to go through 5 tips that you can implement to make sure that you have a rock solid estate plan so that the government collects less taxes, more goes to your loved ones or charity. Before we jump into it, I just have 3 quick announcements. I mentioned them in the last video as well, but announcement number 1, we've partnered with willful.co. They're giving away 3 premium will packages to our viewers. Each one's valued at $149. So make sure you click the link below, put your name and email address in to get in the draw for those. We will be doing the draw in the next video, Wednesday, on those. So we'll hand out 3 premium. Those are given to us by willful.co. Those include your will, your power of attorney, your living will, registry of your will, and lifetime update. So make sure to sign up for the draw, get your name in there, and hopefully you win. Announcement number 2 and 3 are we have launched a membership course as well as just talking about our masterclass. So membership course is a monthly membership. Link below. You can go to parallelwealth.com/simple plans. Our simple plans monthly membership basically deep dives into one topic every single month. So topics from estate planning to real estate to RSPs to TFSAs to RDSPs, RESPs, net worth, budget, cash flow, all that. So all the key topics of a retirement and financial plan, we're going to deep dive into it. So every month is content, downloads, worksheet that you can actually work through. So as you're going through the course, you can work through the worksheet, make notes, and also, work on your, let's say, estate plan or budget or whatever it is. We also have a community that's part of that. So if you have questions, jump into the community. You can ask us questions. Myself, our team will answer those for you. We have over 1,000 people in that community that are bouncing ideas off of each other as well. So it's a great place to kind of talk financial and retirement and estate tax planning. So join us there. We also have a masterclass. Our masterclass is over 100 videos, a content download, everything financial retirement planning. So instead of kind of deep diving like our membership course, the masterclass is everything at once. It's accessible on your phone, tablet, computer. It's kind of a DIY, learn at your own pace, and just get deep dive into every single topic when you want to dive into. The two actually mesh very well. The content and topics are a little bit different. So check both out. Links to both are below. Hope to see you in there. So tip number 1 to creating a solid estate plan is to figure out what your estate plan wants to look like. Okay, so who are your beneficiaries? Where do you want your assets to go to? Okay, if you have children, who are going to take care of the kids? Who are going to take care of your assets? Okay, so if my wife and I both passed away, we have 2 issues. We have our assets and we have our 4 children. Okay, who takes care of our children for us is actually a little different than who takes care of the money that our children will eventually get. Okay, so my wife's sister is going to take care of, she's the guardian if something happens to both of us. So she would actually take care of our children. Now, we've actually left the money to my wife's father. So, obviously person with the kids, person with the money know each other well, daughter, father, but we've created a bit of separation there. Now, that's not always necessarily the case or the need, but that might be the best fit. Just make sure that the person that controls the money and the kids get along well or on the same page. But it does create a bit of separation. So when you're looking at, creating your estate plan, who do you want your beneficiaries to be? How do you want this structured? Again, we talked last Friday about, passing on the cottage. How are you going to do that? Do you want to do it? What does that look like? Who's paying the bill, the tax bill? So make sure that you create kind of structure and strategy around what you want to do and then start rolling that out. So, in creating a solid estate plan, you need to know kind of what direction you're heading in as step number 1. Step number 2 is actually preparing the document. So, in our masterclass and in our membership, we go through a few different options, and we actually have 20% off coupon for willful.co within both our membership and our masterclass. So if you're looking to get a will, make sure to sign up for one of our masterclass or our membership, and you can get those discounts along with so much more information in there. But you want to start preparing your will. So there's a lot of online options nowadays with that. Legalwills.ca, willful.co, Legal Shield's another one. You can go find a notary or a lawyer in your area. Again, online option, it's going to be a bit less cost. Notary is going to be kind of in the middle, and the lawyer is going to be the most expensive. There's no right or wrong where you go. Figure out your situation, what's best for you. The more complicated it is, kind of the more up that ladder you should probably go. If you've had multiple marriages and kids and businesses, you want to sit down with a lawyer and get everything, sorted out, all the, T's crossed and I's dotted. So it depends on your situation, what you're looking to do, but get everything in place. And it's not just your will, but it's your power of attorney. It's your living will. Like, if something happened to you, who's taking care of your finances? Who's making your healthcare decisions? All these things need to be implemented as well. And just make sure that you structure it so that if things change, it's easy to change your will and it's not going to cost you, a whole bunch of money to redo the will. So you can kind of word stuff and make sure it's managed properly. So if you're doing it with a notary or a lawyer, just ask them, if I need to make a small change to this, what does that look like? What does it cost? A lot of the online options will actually give you free updates for life. So that's one of the benefits to that. But it's so important. So step number 2 is just make sure you actually implement, put your will in place, get that done, get your power of attorney, get your living will, get all these legal documents in place so that if something happens to you, it's down on paper what your wishes are. Okay, step number 3 to a solid estate plan is going to be sharing those documents, sharing those information. So if you have a will in place, make sure that your executor has a copy of it. Make sure your executor knows that they are actually the executor of your will. Make sure you share all the information about that to the key people around you. Especially, when I look at my situation, again, I have my sister-in-law looking after our kids and my father-in-law looking after the money. Both of them know that. Both of them know the wishes, how we want that to play out, how much money is going to come to them, how much kind of a monthly stipend would go to the kids or go to my sister-in-law to support the kids, kind of how this all works. So we've kind of laid out our wishes. We've talked to both of them. So make sure, again, step 2 is getting the documents in place. Step 3 is sharing those documents with your loved ones, people close to you, executor, some of the beneficiaries. So make sure you communicate that and people around you know what's going on. Step number 4 ties into 2 and 3, but it's just wherever you keep your will, make sure someone knows that, right? Make sure someone has a list of your assets. We covered that in a video a couple of weeks ago. Where are all your assets? If they're in safety deposit box, where is that? Where do you keep your digital, your passwords for your digital assets, all that kind of stuff. There's so many pieces of your estate plan that you need to make sure that's summarized in one spot that's easily accessible for your executor and loved ones so that nothing gets missed out when you pass away. So just try and simplify for them. Put it all in one spot, a safe spot, but keep it all in one spot so it's easily accessible for them. And the 5th tip to a really solid estate plan is to continually review and adjust it, okay? Life changes. Even if you do your will when you're 80 years old, things could change over the next, 5-10 years. Maybe something happens to one of your kids. There's so many things that can happen. So make sure that you continually review it. You should review kind of your will and your estate plan once every single year. So you should review your retirement plan, your financial plan, your estate plan once every year. So go through your estate plan. Does everything still line up with your wishes? Have your wishes changed? Maybe your assets have changed substantially. If you plan to leave, one bucket of assets to one child and another bucket to another, maybe your investment bucket that you're leaving here has gone down, you've drawn on it, but your real estate's gone up and there's an unequalization of that. So just review it every year, make sure it still lines up and make sure that it will kind of meet your wishes when you pass on. So whatever your goals are, make sure that every year you review that, if I die today, what would happen after my death is really what I want to happen. And a 6th and kind of a bonus tip here is digital assets. And I touched on it a little bit earlier, but many of us nowadays have digital assets, whether it's, for me, it's this YouTube channel, right? This is an asset for me. It's part of my business. Maybe it's cryptocurrency and you have a wallet somewhere. There's so many things that could be a digital asset nowadays. Make sure you pass on those passwords, the information. You have it written down or stored somewhere that someone has access to. Your executor or your spouse or common law partner has access to. So make sure you don't forget about digital assets. It's a growing asset for you probably. And there's a lot of changing kind of things within the digital asset space going forward. So just make sure that that's part of your estate plan. Again, I think in 15 or 20 years, digital assets and what qualifies as a digital asset is going to grow exponentially. So make sure you keep tracking those because there's going to be more and more value in that bucket moving forward. So that's kind of the 6th and final tip. So hopefully these 6 tips help you get a solid estate plan in place. Again, if you're looking to implement part number 2, which is, get your documents in order, get your will, get your power of attorney and your living will done. Again, we've partnered with willful.co with this video. They are giving away 3 premium plans valued at $149 each. There is a link below to sign up, enter your name and email address, and we're going to be doing the draw in 2 days from now. So enter in, hopefully you win, and we'll see you in the next video.